Let's continue the IP address classification and the types under each classification in this second part of the video. The next method or classification is by assignment method. There are two types through which IP addresses can be assigned to devices: static and dynamic. Static, as the name specifies, it is manually assigned IP address by an administrator or a human. Dynamic IP addresses are automatically assigned IP addresses by a system or a protocol. This is done automatically. The next type of classification is the type of IP addresses by classes. Internet Protocol or IP defines 5 classes of addresses, which are class A, B, C, and class D and class E. Each class has a range of valid IP addresses assigned to it. The value of the first octet tells us the class to which it belongs to. IP addresses from the first 3 classes, like A, B, C, are used for normal host and network addresses. These are the addresses which we use day to day for our computers, networks, interfaces, and so on. The other 2 classes are used for other purposes. For example, class D is used for multicast groups. Class E is used for research and development purposes, and it is reserved for future as well. So we can see that in class A, the first octet is for network and the next 3 octets are for host. Similarly, in class B, the first 2 octets are for network and the remaining 2 octets are for hosts. This leaves the class B IP address space for the support of 65,000 hosts on each of the 16,000 networks. Same in class A, which supports more hosts and less number of networks. It supports 16 million hosts on each of the 127 networks. Same is for class C, which has 254 hosts on each of the 2 million networks. Then the default subnet mask for each type of class is shown here as well. For class A, it is 255.0.0.0. Class B, it is 255.255.0.0. For class C, it is 255.255.255.0. Class D is reserved for multicast groups and it starts from 224.0.0.0 up to 239.255.255. Class E is reserved and we never use it. It starts from 240 and then covers the remaining space until 254. Another important point to note here is that Class A addresses, which belong to 127 range, starting from 127.0.0.0 until 127.255.255.255, cannot be used and they are reserved for loopback and diagnosis functions. For example, you might have seen 127 addresses on your computer sometime. So these are the classes, and this is the most important classification of IP addresses. The next and last type of IP address classification is by visibility. Public addresses and private addresses. IP address, which is used to locate the network devices on internet or public networks, is called a public IP address. This is the address basically which is assigned to our home internet connection to our mobile phone by our service provider. So you can check it by going to Google and you can just type it, what is my IP address, and then you can find it. Private IP addresses are the addresses which are used to locate the network devices on local or private network. These are the private IP address ranges that belong to class A, B, and C. So basically we have 3 ranges. First range is for 10 dot something, second range is 172.16 dot something, and the third range is from 192.168.0 dot something. So you might have seen these type of addresses when you connect to a local network at your home or in your office. Okay, let's summarize finally the IP address and its classification. IP address is a unique ID which is used to identify network devices and communication between them. There are different types of classification. For example, by operation method, by version like IPv4, IPv6, assignment method, static or dynamic classes like class A, class B, C, D, and visibility like public or private. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and Facebook page for more and updated videos.